Today I'm going to be demoing and testing out this cordless buffer and polisher that I recently purchased online, and I'm going to be going outside and testing it on my vehicle as well. So I'm just going to kind of show you everything you get inside first here inside, and then we'll test it out. So it comes with some pads, some microfiber pads that are going to go on top of those pads as well. Everything is just kind of squished into here, so that is something that's important to note. It's just kind of all squished. Okay, so it does come with gloves, comes with the polisher itself, comes with the charger that you need for it, comes with glasses, and then it also comes with two of these 21 volt lithium ion batteries as well. So it's going to come with two of those, and then the charger for them, that's going to be this one here. So how you charge it is quite simply just plug it in right into there, and then you can charge it. So it's going to come with one charger for the two batteries. And then this is going to be your cordless polisher. Now, some people have mentioned that there's not really any instructions. However, if you pull this up, underneath here, there are going to be instructions. There's going to be an additional, like a sanding pad, and then your wrench that you'll need if you're taking off that head. And then it's also going to come with the instructions as well. That's all buried at the very bottom underneath this. So make sure to pull that out as well. This head is going to have like a Velcro-y type material, and then the backs are just going to kind of sit right onto there. So you're just going to kind of push it into place. Now this is going to come with some pads, and they're going to come with a variety of other ones. The instructions are not really clear on what pads are for what. So it is important to, if you know what each pad is for before you start using them on your vehicle. This is going to be the setup from least abrasive to most abrasive. Sandpaper obviously is going to be the most abrasive, right? So these polishing ones, they're just designed to like go over the top, and they're just designed for like cleaning up, right? So just for a bit of polishing. Then you're going to upgrade to your wool pad. That's going to be a little bit more abrasive. So that's going to be for like cleaning out light scuffs, those sorts of things. Then your wave pad, then your flat pad. So that's going to be probably the most abrasive that you'll be using on your car. Definitely do not want to start with this if you're a beginner. And then sandpaper, you don't want to be using it on your car, period, unless you're repainting it or something like that, right? So it does come with sandpaper, but you could use this on wood, not necessarily just for a car. So if you're a beginner, you probably want to start with these over here. So these are going to be like your microfiber cleaning ones, and then you're going to have your woolish type pads. Those are going to be the ones that go over the top as well. And this one's going to have that same backing on it, so you can connect it up to the Velcro, and then your wave, and then your flat one. Now, before I go ahead and go outside and test this out, I did go ahead and put the wool pad on. So that's going to be the one that you'll use for, like, it's a step up from the little cleaning pads, but definitely not as abrasive or aggressive as the wave one or as the regular one. Now, to do this, to turn it on, you're just quite simply just going to push and hold on, right? And it's going to start with number one. It's going to show your battery life, and then you're on speed 1. To change speed, you're just going to push this button again. So now I'm on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then back to 1, and it's going to slow all the way back down to the 1. It does take a minute to slow down. And then to turn off, you're just going to push and hold the power button again, and that is going to turn it entirely off. Now, when you're putting these pads on, you do want to make sure that they are as centered as possible, because you are going to get some movement to it, especially if they are not centered. So let's go outside to a vehicle and test it out. So I'm going to go ahead and push this on. So I'm just going to kind of put it in this section here. I'm just going to kind of be using it in this flat section. I'm just going to kind of rub it around a little bit on here, and now I'm going to turn this on. I'm just going to go on 1, and I'm just going to kind of go right across here. Now you're going to want to use overlapping motions as you're going. Again, 1 is going to be the slowest, it's going to be the least abrasive, the least amount of movement, and I'm just going to kind of go right through this section here. All of this is going to have some scuffs and buffs and scratches and those sorts of things. I think on the cordless polisher, it's said to go up to like 3 if you're just cleaning, which is what I'm just trying to do on here, is just trying to clean. So I am on 1 currently, so I'm going to push the button to go up to 2, just going to go a little bit faster, and then you want to make sure you're going in overlapping patterns. So go back and forth, overlapping patterns. Again, I'm doing this on a vehicle that is in the shade. So you'll want to make sure that it is in the shade, that it is cooler. I'm all the way on 2. Okay, I'm going over it a few times here with this polishing pad. Now I'm going to go ahead and go up to 3. I don't know if that's necessary or not, but we're going to go ahead and do it. And then I'm just going to go up and down, up and down. I'm doing overlapping. And this is just the pad that I'm using is not designed to be super abrasive, but I am just making sure to constantly be moving up and down, back and forth on all of this section through here. And then once I'm done with this, then I'm going to go ahead and use that microfiber towel, and I'm going to be wiping off this McGuire's compound and seeing what it looks like now. All right, so I got that done. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe off the compound on here. Again, I'm using that microfiber cloth. Just kind of go back and forth. Again, you'll want to make sure that you are doing this in the shade, so essentially that stuff doesn't dry off. So I'm just going back and forth with that microfiber cloth. If you have more than one, you can certainly use more than one. This cordless polisher that I purchased only came with one towel. You're likely going to need more than one. But I'm just going to kind of come across here, doing that. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to go back through the other side. And I'm just going to kind of go all of the way, pulling all of that compound off of the paint. Now it's probably going to be hard for you to see, but I can clearly see where I polished through here and then where I stopped right here. You might be able to see like the dust and the dirt. And again, this was a clean truck. The dust and the dirt, these little like scuff scratches right here. I don't know if you can see that. I'll probably go back and double check and see if that'll take it off. I believe it will. But then compare that to this in here. And again, I wasn't using a very abrasive pad at all. I was quite literally just using a wool pad and then just using this Meguiar's Ultimate Compound. So it definitely really helped with the clarity coming through this section all of the way through here. Looks really nice and clear. So super pleased with this Meguiar's Ultimate Compound, and also super pleased with that cordless polisher.